3,085 passing yards. The big problem with him is the 17 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. You want to see, obviously, a better ratio than 1.1 to 1.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah.
But that's why you're also playing in this fucking bowl game.
Exactly. Their rushing attack isn't as good as the passing attack. Their lead running back, 827 yards. Not horrible. Not bad. 8 touchdowns. On the other side, we've got Crum. Yep. For Kent State, quarterback named Crum. 2,333 yards.
That's not a good name.
No, it's not. 18 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. 9-to-1's a ratio I fucking love.
Well, yeah.
Could you imagine if like all the quarterbacks that were good had a 9-to-1 ratio, touchdown to interception? Like, it'd be insane.
Well, I mean, I could imagine a day the way that these fucking penalties are going.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyways, and then Crum also their leading rusher with 560 yards and 5 touchdowns. So he is clearly, the offense runs through him. Which I am not a big fan, for the most part, of that being a team's offense, relying on the quarterback to run and pass. When you've got Lamar Jackson, that's different.
Yeah, but most of the time, you're not going to end up with a fucking Lamar Jackson.
No, and to be fair, I know he's doing really well in the NFL. I'm talking about just absolute unstoppable freak at Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's a tough game. Utah State versus Kent State. Like I said, I'm not going to make my picks. If you guys want to make picks, go ahead. I would advise that you don't need to. Keep a little bit of the mystery going.
With that game personally, I think it's going to be... I think that one's actually going to be a pretty close game. Closer than the spread, anyway.
Yeah.
So we're all being silent for the most part.
The spread is Utah State 7-point favorites. For me, the key is, can you force Jordan Love to throw those interceptions? If Jordan Love's even going to play. He did declare for the NFL draft. No word yet on if he plans on skipping the bowl game. Only one player that I'm aware of has explicitly stated that they're not going to play in the bowl game, and that's Boston College's running back A.J. Dillon.
Well, I mean, why would he? He doesn't have any real reason. I mean, again, now that this is a trend, I'm not surprised that players wouldn't want to think this way, just because what do they have to gain? What, the pride of winning that particular bowl game? Like,
I wonder, really quickly, an aside on that, I wonder how this is going to change when they start allowing players to use their likeness to make money.
Yeah, maybe. That could be the case. That's a good valid point.
Because the big bucks will be bowl time for most people. And let's face it, not everyone is going to be a first or second round draft pick, obviously. There's only 64 people, potentially only 60 if the Patriots get in serious enough trouble in the first 2 rounds. So I expected him to sit out. A couple of players, I'm surprised, have said they weren't going to sit out. My boy, Yeturgros Matos. He's going to be playing against Memphis in the Penn State Bowl game. And Shea Patterson for Michigan is going to play.
Don't care.
So we'll get to those bowl games in just a little bit. But yeah, we're still waiting to see, is Jordan Love going to be playing in the game against Kent State, or will he not? Antonio Gates went to Kent State, I believe, played basketball there. Yeah, so just a little fun fact.
Interesting.
Saturday, December 21st, we get to the New Mexico Bowl, but guess what? New Mexico ain't playing in it. And there's apparently no sponsor. It's just the New Mexico Bowl.
It's just the state of New Mexico.
Yeah, which the only thing they sponsor there are like Narconon and shit like that.
I was gonna say, like.
Sorry, New Mexico. I like you more than I like the women of Hartford.
Oh, we know how you feel about that.
Yeah, yard goats. So next game, we're going to move on Saturday 21st, New Mexico Bowl. And here's something that I don't like. Looking at the records of the two teams playing in it, why does San Diego State have 12 games? Central Michigan had 13. Did Central Michigan play in the bowl game?
Yes, they did. They
Or
played against Miami of Ohio for the
right.
championship.
Right, that's right. All right. So, scratch that. I'm wrong. Central Michigan, 8-5. San Diego State, 9-3, playing in the New Mexico Bowl. San Diego State is a 3.5-point favorite. I don't know why I'm making that fucking drum sound.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. But the quarterback comparison, Agnew for San Diego State, Ryan Agnew, senior, 2,175 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. On the other side, you got Quentin Dormady, D-O-R-M-A-D-Y. First of all, how many people of his race do you know named Quentin? How many white people do you know named Quentin?
Not a lot, but I mean, I don't know that I've necessarily looked for a Quentin.
No, me either.
Sounds like a nerd.
Sounds like a nerd. All right. 2,148 yards, 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Not a huge difference between the quarterbacks.
Not a lot. Doesn't seem like it.
No. And on the other side, huge difference between the running backs. Leading rusher for San Diego State, which they are used to, I would say, similar to what Wisconsin has had. They've got a history of great running backs, going back to Marshall Faulk. Then you've got, more recently, you got Rashad Penny. You got Donnell Pumphrey. So San Diego State's got a huge, long list of running back success. Their leading rusher this year, 500 yards flat, 2 touchdowns. Whereas the leading rusher for Central Michigan has just been a monster. His name is Jonathan Ward. 15 touchdowns on 1,082 rushing yards.
It's a pretty drastic difference between the two.
Yeah, it's double in terms of yards, and it's 7.5 times in terms of touchdowns. Drastic difference. And somehow San Diego State is 9-3. All right, 3.5-point favorites, like I said. Are we just going to not anyone give their opinion on who they think is going to win?
I mean, if we're not doing picks, I mean, if we're just going to enter them in, I mean, because I'm already making a list, so I mean, I could give them. I don't give a shit.
Are you checking it twice?
I don't go through that hassle.
Are you going to tell me which team's going to beat Rice?
Who's playing Rice?
I don't know if Rice is in a bowl game.
I don't even think Rice got into a bowl game.
So I don't think they did. Let me just.
So no, I appreciate the wordplay, but doesn't play.
Damn, the Rice Owls do not have a bowl game. Although there is this one here that says Monday, January 13th, TBD, could be Rice.
I guess. I highly doubt it.
You don't think Rice has a chance at the national championship?
No, I just don't.
All right, fine. We'll cater to your thinking this one time.
That's fine.
All right, next game, Liberty versus Georgia Southern. Both of these teams coming in at 7-5. Both of these teams have an impressive resume. With Liberty, let's see. beating Buffalo 35-17. That's another bowl team. Putting up 62 on Hampton. Beating New Mexico. Beating New Mexico State. Beating New Mexico State twice, in fact. Kept it close with BYU. Smacked UMass around. Kept it close with Rutgers. So Liberty, for only being in the FBS for 2 years, they're already making a name for themselves. And Georgia Southern, keeping it real close with Minnesota, only lost 35-32. They were the team that beat Appalachian State.
I mean, respect for Liberty being this impressive so early, but I don't see them having a chance when it comes to the bowl game here.
Yeah, I mean, the Georgia Southern is a 6-point favorite. And did I say what game this was? I did not. It's the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl.
Oh, of course it is.
Because, like,
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. First of all, what the fuck is FBC? I'm guessing it's a mortgage place. But what the fuck is the Cure Bowl? Like, what are you curing? If anyone should host this game, where is this game being played? This will be in Orlando City. Okay, if any place should host a bowl game called the Cure Bowl, it's got to be fucking Kinnick with that children's hospital right there. Like, these bowl names, they slay me, is what they do. They slay me. Hopefully the Tax Slayer Bowl is still a bowl, because we'll get to that, maybe. All right, let's move on. Wait, anyone want anything more to say about Georgia Southern and Liberty?
No.
Liberty. Wouldn't it be funny if they played like the State Farm Bowl? Liberty.
Yeah, see, that would be hilarious.
Also, PlayStation's still doing the Fiesta Bowl. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of upset that it's still not Tostitos.
It was Tostitos. They did something
I know.
sexist or racist or something offensive. Why isn't it Ford? They have a car called the Ford Fiesta. Like, that makes way more sense
That's true.
than the fucking PlayStation. Anyways, next bowl game, the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. I'm still disappointed it's not the Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl. Cheribundi Tart Cherry.
You really like that tart part, huh?
I did. That's what made the whole fucking bowl name. It was the Cheribundi Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl. That's being played between Southern Methodist and FAU. FAU is down a coach, as Lane, the I'm a dickhead Kiffin, has accepted the position at Ole Miss. Like, is there a school more well-built for Lane Kiffin at this point? Like they have Hugh Freeze out there buying fucking prostitutes for his players. Lane Kiffin's this dickhead who's left like 6 teams in the middle of seasons. All right, they fire Matt Luke because I guess he's too good of a guy. Like, what are you expecting?
Listen,
you're a fucking
man,
shit team.
You have too much standards. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Your standards are too high, and we need someone who's going to be reckless and questionable.
And Lane Kiffin is that guy. They must have got the recommendation from Auburn.
I mean, Lane Kiffin was told by other people not to go there.
Yeah, well.
But you know what? He makes his own horrible decisions, and he can live with them.
Let him. So yeah, SMU 10-2 versus FAU 10-3. This is the battle of the gunslingers, if you ask me. We'll get to SMU's running back Xavier Jones in a minute, but Shane Buechele, what a fucking transformation! Dude was absolute dog shit at Texas, even against the absolute dog shit teams. Comes to SMU, matures a little bit. You know, just a casual 3,626 yards,
Yeah, no
33
big deal.
touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Yeah, no big deal.
But then over on the other side, you got Chris Robison, a sophomore, with 3,396 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So if you like fast-paced, offensive, high-scoring games, this is your fucking game.
Yeah, tune in.
Let's talk about rushing. Respectable 102 carries, 711 yards. That's 7 yards a carry. All right. Not bad with 9 touchdowns.